It is time for part 2 of Ren's Money Game. Welcome to the channel, everybody. I'm OGL Schmitt. This is Custom Creator. Was really impressed by part 1 of the Money Game. I thought it was harrowing and groovy at the same time. It definitely got the wheels in my head spinning. So I can't wait to see what Ren has in store for part 2 and part 3. I'm sorry these are taking so long, guys. I told y'all starting Wednesday I'd have one out a day, and so we should be done by now. But here it is Saturday, and I'm doing part 2. I'll get better, I promise. I might do a bonus reaction, but I don't want to make any promises because I've already broken it up. So thank you all very much for your support. Y'all have been amazing. Renegades, love y'all. Um, but yeah, um, before we dive into this, let me pay the bills real quick. We have channel memberships and a Patreon. Both of those are just to support the channel. They're not buying us, fancy cars or limousines or anything like that. It's just trying to buy us better equipment and try to make the channel look and sound a little bit better for you guys. Um, we have a Discord, which is free. Just let us know if you'd like to join. We'll send you a link. We talk about everything there. Uh, Movies, music, mental health, just things going on in different countries. It's a cool place. And there's a buy me a coffee link underneath there. Basically, for me, it would be a buy me a Coke link. For Danny, it'd be a buy him a coffee. But just you can give a small amount of money, and you can make a request for a reaction, and we will shoot it right to the top of the list. It won't be 5 days late like this. Anyway, so money game part 2. Let's do this.
Strange time we're living in, panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show. America, Britain split through fickle shit. A government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Come on, needlessly bleeding resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking, only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent, there's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 the storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame. We point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
Very familiar. Ren is amazing at referencing his previous work. That the groove from the first Money Game is still present here. It sounds like it's being played maybe on an electric guitar this time with very light distortion. Much more of an arrangement in this song. You sort of have almost those big orchestral stings. You have what sounds like synthesized percussion, and there seems to be some production on Ren's vocals as well. Um, that rain, rain, rain part though, his vocals still sound so awesome on that. Um, it sounds less tortured here. That could just be because it was so bare and isolated in the first Money Game, but this sounds a little bit lighter. There's still that grit and distortion, still some desperation in there, but it feels much lighter and I guess easier on the ears than in part 1. Um, Lyrically speaking, yeah. Sit back and watch the show America. Britain split through. I I try so hard not to get too deep into politics because it will make you anxious and depressed. They've actually done studies that have shown this. It's because it's not a fair game, for lack of a better term. It's not about facts. It's about who can throw the biggest lie at you, or the most appealing lie. Who can lie? It's a lying competition essentially. Um, it's part of the money game, for lack of a better term. But I just want to point out this one lyric. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for you. Now, obviously, For all I know, Ren is going to contradict this later on in the song, or perhaps in part 3. But I do want to say, it's if you think about this, like there's a lot of sort of hatred or uh, hatred towards people that are rich or wealthy. The idea that they're taking in, they have too much while so many people have so little. But think about this from another perspective. I was actually reading about a football player who had to put out a restraining order against his family because, like, they thought because he was making a lot of money that he could give them whatever they needed. Like, he tried to help them, but he was saying that football's a brutal game. He won't be able to do this very long, so he has to put as much as he can in savings because that was his future, that was his kids' future. So the problem for rich people is they're so used to people trying to get their stuff, either through, pestering or just sort of like pretending that they're friends. Um, Maybe that's why rich people only hang out with other rich people. It's because they feel they're the only ones that won't be trying to take their money. So what you have here is a situation where you have poor people thinking that rich people are gluttons, and rich people thinking that poor people are parasites. Um, both are true in some cases. Both are very, very false in others. So we it's we should always try to see things from the perspective of another person, even if it's sometimes hard to put yourself in a position that you haven't been in. You should always make the effort. Anyway, I'm babbling on here. Let's gonna go back to one. Gonna go back to the beginning. I paused at 111. Danny would be proud. Let's try this. Start from the beginning.
Strange time we're living in, panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show. America, Britain split through fickle shit. A government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Come on, needlessly bleeding, resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking, only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent, there's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 the storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame. It's easier to blame. Good point, the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
Like the sort of backing vocals he's arranged, the and the there. Ren is, yes, maybe you would call this minimalism. He's really good at doing only what is necessary. Like, he leaves a lot of space for his vocals and his lyrics to be heard. In the chorus, the rain, 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 it sounds like there's a synth sound. It's really nice. It feels sort of floating and ethereal. I think that might be what's sweetening that the vocal sound as well. Just that nice melody underneath it. Yeah, Ren's arranging skills on display here.
This old money game. This old money is a game and the ladder we climb turns a saint into a sinner with his finger in crime. I'll break it down for you motherfuckers line by line. This is business economics in a nursery rhyme. She sells seashells on a seashore, but the value of these shells will fall due to the laws of supply and demand. No one wants to buy shells because there's loads on the sand. Step one, must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell much better if the people think they're rare, you see. Bear with me, take as many shells as you can find and hide them on an island. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond. Step two, gotta make the people think that they want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson. Influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a shell, then you're just a fucking waste man. Free, it's monopoly. Invest inside some property. Start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly. Shells must sell, that will be a new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. 4, expand. Clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hands. 5, why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell oil as well. 6, guns, sell stock, sell diamonds, sell rock, sell water to official, the time to a clock 7. Press on the gas, take your foot off the brakes. Then run to be the president of the United States. 8 big smile, mate.
So I was sorry, I was really wanting to let this whole nursery rhyme, business economics in a nursery rhyme, run its course, and then a thought popped into my head, which is always a dangerous thing. So the opening lyric on this, she sells seashells on a seashore. That's a line that Dark Ren used to mock Ren in High Ren. It was halfway through that before I noticed. Yeah, brilliant at referencing his own work. Um, it makes it feel like it's all connected, and I guess it's all inside him, so it is connected. That's awesome. I'm sorry that is it's referencing the previous part, which it should, and then it's even, I guess, yeah, later on. I'm guessing High Ren came after this. Wow, yeah, that's super cool. Um, okay, so we're gonna finish this up, and then I'll pause and talk about some lyrics.
Big wave, that's great. Now the truth is overrated. Tell lies out the gate. Nine polarize the people. Controversy is the game. It don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. 10. The world is yours. Step out on the stage to a round of applause. You're a liar, cheat, a devil, a whore, and you sell seashells on the seashore. Rain, 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 rain. The storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame. We point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
First of all, I love how the point the mirror at yourselves. We're all part of this whole money game is the last line of the chorus, because that just sort of recontextualizes everything. Because there's a lot of people that are very good at pointing fingers this way, but can never turn around and point it that way. That's obviously what Ren is referring to here. And yeah, what good is it if we know everyone else's faults but not our own? Especially like we should. We should know our own faults. Before I sort of break down the lyrics at least a little bit, Ren is obviously doing this to sort of show the cutthroat nature of the corporate world. I can't help but thinking that like there's some company has this like as a motivational video for new hires to watch. It's like, yeah, do this, guys, do this. Okay, so let's lyrically speaking, yeah, he's talking about supply and demand. That is a thing, but there are companies that will artificially create that. Um, Make people think that they want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson. I like how they showed. I guess that was Tom Hardy and Bronson. Um, Face identification. Give me just one moment to check something. Charles Bronson. Yeah, I say it was just a very prolific criminal and spent a lot of time in prison. And there's a movie based on him. So I think I don't know if that was Tom Hardy in the role, or if that was the original Charles Bronson. I had to check because I keep thinking of Charles Bronson, the actor. But either way, it works. Influencers, product placement, yeah, this is marketing is sometimes the most expensive part of this. Just creating the product is chump change. There are movies that have actually spent more on their marketing budget than on the movie budget itself. And like I definitely understand you want to advertise something, but it's also like if you need to push it that hard, if you have to constantly like bombard people with how good it is, it comes across as kind of insecure, doesn't it? Uh, Three, it's monopoly investments. invest inside some property, start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly. I mean, obviously, there's like federal laws against monopoly, but they're laws have to be enforced properly, and then expand, clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hand. They like to run to be president of the United States. Although I do think if you're going to run for president, you should have some kind of success in the private sector. You have to have some ability to know how these systems work and how to create capital. I think that's the problem. We have career politicians who don't know how to do anything other than politics, which is basically probably the shadiest of professions. Is just learning how to lie and schmooze really well. So you want someone that actually does have some sort of skill of running a business or something like that. Um, Polarize the people. Controversy is the game. It doesn't matter if they hate you. If they all say your name. The whole no such thing as negative press. So this is a very harsh and cynical look at the corporate world, and very often it's factually true. But I think the problem is some people start off with all the best intentions, but like I said, they sort of get caught up in the system itself and they forget why they're doing it. Some people start corporations to legitimately provide for people. And expansion means you can provide for more people. But then sometimes they get corrupted by the money or just they're trying so hard to make this successful because they believe in it that they forget, what they're doing to make it successful, who they're stepping on, they forget what was lost along the way. They're just obsessed with gaining. So, and then of course, when you put that chorus in, we're all part of this whole money game because who's buying from these corporations? Um, who's keeping them in business? One more line, real quick, then I'll get back to the to the song. Yeah, there's a thing to sell time to a clock, or yeah, sell rocks, sell water to a fish, sell time to the clock. I'm amazed at how much people are willing to buy for things that are completely and utterly unnecessary. Um, a remote control for a car stereo when it's obviously within reach. Things like that. $750 for a mouse that's comfortable. It's like paying $750 for something makes me much more uncomfortable than any mouse ever could. Okay, I'm talking so much. Okay, let's go back a little bit here.
Game, it don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. 10. The world is yours. Step out on the stage to a round of applause. You're a liar, cheat, a devil, a whore, and you sell seashells on the seashore. Rain, 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 rain. The storm, it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies. Poison in the veins, but we die upon the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame. We point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game. This old.
All right, so part two is a perfect sequel. It builds upon the first. It's bigger. It's better. I love how the video. It's a lyric video, but it's very thoughtful. It's using historical footage as well as footage from the original Money Game. It such so much telling a story, but definitely giving a narrative vibe, if you will, like how these things are all connected. And right now, it just sort of seems to me that what Ren is saying is that these systems are flawed because they're run by people, and people are flawed. I think I've said this in a previous reaction. Religion's not going to save the world. Government's not going to save the world. The world is going to be saved one person at a time. Because these politicians and these, you know, the heads of corporations, who are they? They're people. They've come from our education systems. They've come from our homes. So maybe a lot of hard searching needs to be done. And props to Ren for showing the entire picture as opposed to just pointing the finger. Uh, Ren's use of space in his music is really compelling. He's good at these like sort of brief pauses that sort of catch you off guard, and then when he starts singing or more music comes in, like, oh, okay, yeah, it's awesome. Um, I like at the end of the the business lesson as a nursery rhyme. It ended with "and you sell seashells on the seashore," but it was much more ominous in tone. Love that. Yeah, Ren is extremely intelligent. He's obviously very passionate, and saying he's talented at this point is becoming very. It's not quite. I think that's maybe my one issue with this. Like, I like the lyric video, but Ren's music is amazing, but it's elevated so much when you're able to see him perform. So I've enjoyed this lyric video. I like how it's like set up like an old school television. I like how the footage that was woven in there was perfect for the theme. I like how we showed people from all sides of the coin, if you will. But yeah, I miss seeing Ren himself because he's such an engaging character. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Part three is going to be coming real soon, and I don't mean 2 days from now. It's going to be dropping real soon. Yeah, so take care of yourselves so you can take care of others. Don't play the money game. If you're going to play it by your rules. And mental health is real. Be a part of the start. And thank you all very much. See you in part three. I was almost positive I'd stop that.